Good morning, or evening, or afternoon, whatever time of the day it is for you. Lynx here, and yes, we are playing a sky full of stars. You thought it would end only on the first episode? Well, you were mistaken then. There are rarely any games that we don't play fully, so there's that. Anyway, let's just get to it. Let's see what's gonna happen next in this lovely environment.
ほら、空にお前なんだそのでかいカバン。学校指定のはどうした？
How is a size of a bug regulated? What? I was sort of camping in the mountains. I greeted my teacher and headed through the school gates. That's the end of the exchange. Nice. I parked my bike and went towards the building, but I didn't head for my homeroom. Building 2, where the culture club rooms are located, was deserted as it was still pretty early. I walked down the quiet hallway and stopped in front of a certain door. Astronomy Club! That's what was written on the sign of the door. I took a key out of my pocket and opened the club room door. Old school heater. I feel like I could sleep through the first period. Truly feeling tired, I dropped the bag that was waving down my shoulder and looked at the clock. Which again has no indicators. Why is that a thing? I had 10 minutes until homeroom. How would you know? How do you know you had 10 more minutes? I had planned on mixing in with the sports team to get in on their post-morning training shower, but there wasn't time. I guess I'll just wash my face and brush my teeth, then head to class. I grabbed the towel and toothbrush from my desk and headed out of the room. Interesting. A totally normal morning. Is it now? The beginning of another day, nothing special about it. I didn't think much about it, but figured this was likely how all of my days would be. But on that day, after school, something would happen that would bring a little variety to my daily life. And what that might be, I wonder. Ooh, that's a nice place. This must be the place. The private institute Meiko Academy. It's an escalator school, going from kindergarten all the way to the college, located near the sea in the sprawling city of Hoshinonaka. Just by looking at it, you could tell it was a school for the kids of well-to-do families. Maybe. Watching the kids going home, you got the feeling that they were somehow more refined. And while they lived in the same city as us, they were really in a different world. I gathered my resolve and went against the flow of students going home, entering the school building. Huh? How so? Neat and tidy. Inside the building seemed even more otherworldly than the exterior did. What is this place? Is this even actually a school? I was in an airy corridor lined by glass walls. It felt like I was lost in some place in a faraway land. Even under normal circumstances, visiting another school was nerve-wracking, but this feeling of strangeness was something else. Of course, all the students I passed stared intently. I went down the hall, trying hard to avoid any eye contact. I guess this is it. I stopped in front of the door and looked at the sign marking my destination. Astronomy Club. Dude, even this looks fancy. just a plate. It was written right there in front of me. Gulping nervously, I knocked on the door. Oh. To my surprise, the opened door revealed only darkness. No one's here? Oh. At least, that's what I thought until a tiny light popped into life in the middle of the room. What? Are we summoning a demon? A girl's face appeared in the faint light, and I nearly let out an involuntary yelp. In the light flickering like a candle, the young woman reached out for one of the cards laid out on the table. They looked like tarot cards. She looked down the card and spoke. I'm sorry, who are you? Suspicious beauty. It was as if she was reading the future, like some kind of fortune teller. I answered. Yeah, I mean I was told to come here at this time. I don't know why I changed my voice, never mind that. Yeah. I couldn't tell if she'd heard me or not, but the beautiful yet creepy girl put the card back on the table and let out a little laugh. Yes, I am. Wait, hold on. What's Maya? Eh? Is it now? Huh? I thought it was a rather vague answer. I wanted to go home. What was with that totally creepy girl? She's not... Am I the only one not finding her creepy? Why was the room so dark? Wasn't it the astronomy club room? Why was she doing tarot or whatever? And who is Maya anyway? Mm-hmm. Again, is it weird that I kinda like her? Looking at these buildings from the outside, I had thought the people who existed in another world, but now I felt 1,000 times more out of place. Right. I just stood there, not knowing how I should respond. Eventually, Miss Beautiful but totally creepy broke the silence. What are you talking about? What? What exactly was the standard response at a time like that? That's not really something they teach you in school. I trusted my instinct and answered. Oh man, I think I left my stove on. Right. That could cause a fire. I have to hurry back. Later! Just before I could leave, the door behind me slammed shut, closing me in. The darkness grew deeper than before, and sweat started to run down my forehead. What have I gotten myself into here? I suddenly felt like I was about to become part of some ridiculous crime scene. Yeah, I mean, what if the Astronomy Club is actually some kind of cult? Ooh. Whoops. And I really have been looking forward to going home and having Saya's Oden. To enjoy that flavorful, tender, stewed radish. That fish cake so juicy and soft. And though they may call me a heretic, the inescapably captivating cabbage roll. But the stove! I don't have the kind of training necessary to stay calm in a situation like this. It did not help at all. Could you at least open the curtains? If not, I'm going home even if I have to force my way out. Ah, not like that. Ow. My eyes. With the heavy curtains opened. Oh my. It's still blinding. The windows allowed soft sunlight to fill. Soft? That's soft? Are you kidding me? To fill the room. What had up to now been a creepy chamber was revealed to be a standard astronomy club room. It was a perfectly normal room all along. What? Got her. This was turning to the chore, whatever. Chore, yeah. But at the same time, when she was stumbling around in shock like that, it only made her more beautiful. Wait, you didn't notice? So you are... Yeah. What?
会長の補佐兼現部長を務めさせていただいております。吉岡です。
なるほど。She's kinda cute. I mean, kinda, she's cute. I'd heard about these two from our presidents, or rather, our former president. Orihime was a third year and Honoka was first year, like me. As a third year, Orihime should normally have been retired from club life, but maybe at a school like Meiko, third years are less worried about tests. It's not a thing here. I mean, we don't have clubs in the first place, pretty much. Well, maybe there are some, but it's not really much of a club, to be honest. If anything, you have some outside stuff, outside of school, right? But it's not like you give up on that to do well on tests. Anyway. Nice to meet you both. I'm Akito Sorami, first year in the Astronomy Club at Hoshino Daichi. Thanks. When I sat down, they brought me an elegantly decorated cup of tea and a wild strawberry tart. So I don't have tea, I have plain water. Proper, right. I didn't really think that was the proper way to meet someone for the first time myself. If I had been Saya, I'd be crying. Anyway, what do you want to talk about? I felt like she had something... She had said something about before, but it had been so wrapped up in fancy language I hadn't gotten it. No, I'm not. No, not really, no. A look of shock covered Orihime's face. Our president didn't tell me anything at all. The only reason I came was because the president had asked me. It's complicated, but by president I actually mean former president. Since he's a third year, he had to retire from the astronomy club last summer. Since I was the only member of our astronomy club, I also became the president despite being a first year. But as there weren't any other members, there wasn't anyone to call me Mr. President. And although I should have been aware of my own position, I'd always called the former president president. For me, he was still the president. It wasn't complicated. The president told me, I want you to go and hear what Orihime's Meiko Academy has to say. But nothing else other than that. Honoka was whispering into Orihime's ear. Huh? Hey? The two of them stared at me curiously. What was that look for? Those two were the weird ones. I was just here out of respect for my president. The Six Stars Club. Not really, no. I'd never heard of it. It kind of sounds like the name of a kids' playgroup.
同じ志を抱きし仲間たちの集いといったところかしら。
Wow, would you look at that? He was correct.
正確には現星の中市、旧星の市および天の中市の近隣6校からなる天文部の集まりです。
Okay. An association from 6 schools around what is now Hoshinonaka City, formerly Hoshino City. Are you kidding me? Why are we not named like that? Hoshino City is so much easier to say. I had so much problems in the first episode with that name. Hoshinonaka. Hoshino. I still say it incorrectly. Hoshinonaka. I think I said Hoshinonaka. Something like that. Hoshinonaka City. Formerly Hoshino City. So much better. And Amano Naka City. Hoshino City is the best. Can we call it like that, please? Hoshino Naka. I need to divide it into 2 words. Otherwise, I will freaking fumble.
30年の伝統を誇り、
Anyway.
数々の実績を上げてきましたが、6年前に方向性の不一致から解散しました。
Mm-hmm. 6 years ago. Oh. Why are you not speaking? Oi. Honoka. Let's go here again.
30年の伝統を誇り、数々の実績を上げてきましたが、6年前に
Okay.
方向性の不一致から解散しました。
So I should have clicked. I do recognize because she said something about 6. I kind of recognize the word. Anyway, sounds like the way most rock bands break up. But anyway, I had no idea there had ever been such a group.
ムツラ星とはスバルの別名。自分たちを冬空に美しく輝く6つの連星になぞらえて、ムツラ星の会と名付けたのよ。
Mm-hmm. What a romantic story. Okay, so, what about this group?
蘇らせたいの。私たちの手で。
Well, good luck with that. Huh?
ここで最初の言葉につながります。
Heh. Honoka came up close to me. If we continue this path, we are doomed. You must awaken from your ageless slumber, Maya, eldest of the 7 sisters, to deny our fate. I think that was what she had said to me, but I still don't get it.
空見くん、星野第一の天文部員は現在何名かしら？
Oh, all of them are here. Just me. Orihime had a smug look on her face.
聖戦女子2名、天の中1名、天の中西4名、諸見沢工業3名。
Okay, let's see. Seisen girls, that's easy to say. Then there is this name, Amano Naka. Oh my god. And then we go Amano Naka Nishi. And then Moromisawa. Okay, that one is easier. Moromisawa Technical.
そして我が名工学院
This
は
one is in Meiko.
私を除いて3名。
So far, kind of. Clubs are starving for members everywhere. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think I knew a single person in any of my schools that would be into astronomy. So, I know, I mean, maybe over there in... Maybe it really depends on location and so on, really. But speaking compared to, like, my life, I would say you have a lot of people in total. Anyway.
さすがマイヤの空見明人。察しがいいわ。
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait. ちょっと待って。Clubs and members everywhere. Okay, excellent. Cool. Okay, so what is it with this Maya stuff already?
ムツラ星の全盛期、 各校の部員数は平均10名前後。最も活動が盛んだった天の中西は最高部員数36名。
Huh? I mean, 36? I would understand that number in a sports club. But holy crap.
それが今やどの学校も廃部寸前の球場で、来年にはさらなる部員数減少も予想されます。
When she heard Honoka's words, Orihime sighed and looked miserable.
まるで人の営みが生み出した街の明かりが夜空の星を一つまた一つとかき消して
That's
しまう
true
よ
to
う
what
に。
you're saying.
我々は緩やかに滅びへの道をたどっている。
So true that the industries and so on destroy that. Like you can't see the sky nicely.
早急に対処する必要があるわ。星の中から天文の灯火を消さないためにも、かつての黄金時代を取り戻す必要があるの。
To prevent the gilding light of astronomy from dying throughout Hoshinonaka City, we must bring back the golden age. I think that's what she said actually.
それが
Rebuild the Six Stars Club. Orihime nodded her head with a very serious look on her face. It wasn't unusual for astronomy clubs from different schools to work together and have observation meetups. Is that so? It's like when sports clubs have scrimmages with teams from other schools. Okay, again, I kind of don't know about that. Again, this sounds more like a outside club, right? That is how it is in Poland. You basically train in some club, which I was doing. Well, then again, there were some between schools tournaments, right? But not like games that on certain day one team plays against one team, right? One school against one school. It was always like tournament of few schools at the same time. And to be fair, they don't matter. Like I've seen in Japan, they are like super nice. Like high schools actually have those games on proper stadiums and so on. That's so freaking neat. Here, the school tournaments really don't matter. Anyway, the Six Stars Club started out as just an observation meetup. It later morphed into a more permanent arrangement with activities outside of the respective schools. After the fall of the Six Stars Club, each school club lost a lot of members. So in order to revive the Six Stars Club as a whole, each individual club would need to be revitalized as well. Interesting camera angle. But the Six Stars Club was shut down by alumni, wasn't it? What exactly happened in that disagreement over its direction, I wondered. If we just go out and try to rebuild it, won't they get mad? Who cares, to be honest? At some schools, former members of the sports club sections held a lot of clout over them, although astronomy fell under cultural club rules. I wouldn't care about their opinion, to be honest. Whether they love it or not, if we tried to revive the Six Stars Club, they wouldn't hesitate to butt in. Honestly, we should not care. Also, seems like we are on board already. Seems like we have no saying in it. We just have to do the revival. Anyway, with a supremely confident smile, Orihime walked to the middle of the room and stood in front of the spherical astrolabe set conspicuously on the table. It was quite odd looking, judging from the centered placement of the Earth and the surrounding celestial bodies. It appeared to be a decoration modeled on something from the Ptolemaic era? The Ptolemaic era. Orihime placed her hand on it. Hey? What? Saying this, she slowly spun the astrolabe. The planets orbit around me, is what she seemed to saying. With these hands I can alter the course of the planets themselves. If I have to admit, I wasn't exactly sure what she was going for.
会長空見くんが弾いてます。え、嘘。練習通りバッチリ決めたはずなのに。
They actually practiced for this? For the time being, I pretended not to notice Orihime's dedication to the performance and said, I see what you're saying and I understand your motivation. But I don't think I'm gonna help you. I don't even do stargazing anymore.
どういうことですの?
I'm still a member of the Astronomy Club, but it just sort of worked out that way. I've already decided not to look at the sky anymore. I tried to sound apologetic, but Orihime just stared at me with a confused look on her face. Which was expected. If someone in the Astronomy Club told me they didn't look at stars, I'd do the same.
星を見ない天文部員でしたか? 何ですのそれ? 彼は学校でそう呼ばれているそうです。
Well, if you already know, then there is no need to explain it again. So I guess if that's all, I better get going. And with that, I stood up and started to leave.
待って。
Orihime suddenly grabbed my hand. It was softer than I could have imagined, and I froze in place.
どのような経緯であなたがそんな呪わしい名を持つに至ったか、私は知らない。けど、
Orihime stared into my eyes.
かつて星を見ていたのなら覚えているはずよ。さえ渡る夜空に星を追う楽しさを、空の断りを一つ一つ解き明かしていく喜びを。
She stared unmoving into my eyes, as if she was reaching into my deepest memories. I'm sorry, really, but I can't. That sound so cute. Orihime wilted, her disappointment visible. It was like seeing Kotaro get sad when Saya wouldn't play with him, and I couldn't help but feel guilty. Well, I have to get to work. Unable to bear it any longer, I stood to go, but this time it was Honoka who stopped me.
もしよかったら今度の会合に来ていただけませんか? それまでお返事は保留ということにしていただいて。
Fine. When I said that, Orihime seemed to chin up a bit. She even smiled a little bit.
絶対にいらしてね。約束よ。
I'm predicting a pinky promise in a second. That smile was more persuasive than any ridiculous argument, and I found myself nodding subconsciously. Yeah, she's a beauty. If I'm not sure. Orihime or Honoka?
あ、かよいずまちゃんまた来てる。バイバイ。
え？
さようなら。
The girl on her way home from Hoshino Daiichi waved, so I gave a little wave back.
誰だろう。
I had no idea.
誰あの子。めっちゃ可愛くない？目の色きれい。
Wait, are we from her
お人形さん
point?
みたいじゃん。
Are we from her point of view now?
あれ、聖戦女子の制服だよね。彼氏に会いに来てるみたいよ。うちの天文部にいるんだって。
Who?
へえ、それでかよいずまちゃんか。でもさ、うち天文部なんかあったっけ?
I'd come by so many times that I guess they remembered me now.
かよいずまちゃん。
That's what they seem to be calling me. My face felt hot. They were saying something else. Okay, so we switched perspective. Interesting. Huh. They were saying something about a boyfriend too.
アキト君に迷惑かかってないかな。
I did worry a little. Just like the ones before, all students on their way home looked my way. I guess it was only natural since it was so rare for a girl wearing another school's uniform to be here. There. But I got so embarrassed that I couldn't stand it anymore.
一度帰ろうかな。
Feeling helpless, I looked down at the package in my hands.
でも楽しみにしてたし。
天の川さん。
Who's that? Who was that? If she'd been smiling like that from the start, I never could have refused. I muttered, thinking back on Orihime's grinning face. That first impression was so creepy, but I guess I was lucky I couldn't really pay attention to the rest of her. She's a little older, so she's got a different kind of beauty compared to Saya. Her boobs are bigger too. Saya wouldn't be very happy if she knew I was using her as a basis of comparison, I thought to myself as I pedaled my bike through the school gate. Whenever I thought of Saya, I thought of Odin. Oh, Saya's Odin. I sighed like a lovesick child. It was just about time for work. My trip to Meiko Academy took longer than planned, so I didn't have time to go by Saya's house to pick up my Odin. And I had really been looking forward to tonight's banquet. Man, just think about that, Odin sure is making me hungry. Maybe I should have had a snack before I headed out.
おかえり、アキトくん。
Hey? What are you doing here? I mean, hi.
校門のところで待ってたんだけど、部長さんが来て中に入れてくれたの。
She must have meant former president. Saya had met him before, yeah. You came and waited just for me. I told her beforehand that I had a sudden errand to run.
アキトくん、楽しみにしてたみたいだったから。
Oh, you don't mean... With a little angelic smile, Saya picked up a package from a desk.
おでん。
Odin! Ta-da! You even brought it in the pot?
これで温めた方が美味しいと思って。
You really are something. It must have been so heavy. You stood waiting in front of the school carrying this. You rode the bus with this on your lap.
そうだよ。
In my mind's eye, it was such a surreal sight. It seemed more like she'd lost a dare or something. Thank you so much, Saya. The impulse to hug her in gratitude was so strong I had to struggle to keep it under control. After all of that work, it would have been a tragedy to spill the Odin. Speaking of... What the heck are you doing here?
Yo, おかえり。
Don't WhatsApp me, you moron! What are you doing slipping in here to eat your noodles?
やっぱカレーだよな。お前わかってるよ。
The food-snatching bandit just stood there, poking at his phone and slurping up his ill-gotten curry noodles. I'd been trying my best to ignore him, but the spicy aroma of those noodles ignited my appetite.
私がアキトくん待ってたらお腹すいたって。
Is the Odin okay? I was actually fearful as I said that.
任せて、死守したよ。
Saya gave me a thumbs up. We nodded to each other like war buddies who had survived hell together. Seeing that, Takaichi slurped his curry noodles in protest. Okay, can you not? Oh. You know what? That would drive me crazy in Japan now that I think about it. Why do you guys like slurping so much while eating? Japan, why? The synergy of sound and smell triggered my stomach like Pavlov's bell. And by the way, those purloined noodles had been my emergency rations. Also, the jerk wasn't even in the astronomy club, he was just a mere basketball club member.
どこ行ってたんだ？
Nowhere special? I brushed him off and started to change out of my uniform to get ready for work. So I turned her back while I changed.
名工学院に行ってたの？
Saya starts looking the other way. How did she know that?
部長さんがね、教えてくれたの。部長さんのお使いで名工の天文部の人に会いに行ってるって。
Yeah, pretty much. I made some agreements trying to misdirect. Misdirection overflow. I didn't wanna get into it.
名工の天文部なんぞに一体何の用事だよ。
And this concerns you how?
だな。でも天の川が聞きたそうな顔してっからさ。
You bastard! Soya's ears turned a bit red, and she shook her head back and forth. I couldn't see her face, but it was pretty clear she wanted to know who I'd met. It was no big deal. Have you ever heard of the Six Stars Club? What? Saying it over and over, so I turned around with a thoughtful look on her face just as I was taking off my pants. She turned bright red again and whipped back around. I finished changing my pants and hung up my uniform. It was a gathering of all the astronomy clubs in the city apparently. They asked me to join it. I gave Saya a rundown of what Orihime and Honoka told me. It really wasn't something I wanted to talk about, but with that board full of Oden right in front of me, I couldn't refuse Saya anything. Me either. Well, it did break up 6 years ago. After she heard my story, Saya... Funny, huh? Six Stars Club, broken 6 years ago. After she heard my story, Saya opened her blue and orange eyes wide and stared at me. No way. I'm never looking up again. They put my answer on hold, but the next video I plan to refuse outright. The topic ended on an unpleasant note. Saya's shoulders slumped a little in disappointment. That's why I didn't want to talk about it, I thought to myself. This guy. The slurping of Takeichi's curry noodles echoed in the silence. Asante reached out to take the cup from Takeichi's hand. He wouldn't let go for... Come on, just give me a little. Gross. Takeichi picked up some noodles with his chopsticks and reached towards me. You... The delectable spicy scent wafted toward my nose. Safe! I ripped the cup and chopsticks from Takeichi's hand. I scarfed down nearly all the noodles before Takeichi could snatch them back. I smiled, feeling victorious while chomping my mouthful of noodles. That's what you get for being creepy. Takeichi picked at the leftover noodles and bits of chopped meat stuck to the cup. He actually looked kind of sad. I don't know. He seems like a nice friend, to be honest. Takeichi drank the last of the sauce and smacked his lips. He threw the cup and chopsticks away. Which reminds me, I should go buy some instant soup tomorrow. Which I'll probably forget to do. Anyway. Takeichi stood up and stretched. Just when I thought he was leaving, he stopped. Hey? What? What's she got to do with anything? Why do you go and bring her up now? Come here a minute. Just a small bathroom break. I pulled him out of the hallway to the hallway, then let go of his arm. What is the matter if you bring up crap like that out of nowhere?
天文部の話題の続きじゃねえか。
We're going to have a falling out at this rate.
おかしいだろう。星を見ない天文部員なんて。
Just forget it. It's my problem. It's not like he was the only one. It's not like he was the one that they were talking about. When he saw how upset I was, he gave a little sigh.
お前見てると時々もどかしくなるんだよ。余計なこと言って悪かった。
I like this guy. It's fine. I could see why it bothered him. And I knew he was just trying to help. I had a lot of friends who tried to help me. I should be grateful.
昔の借りもいろいろあるし、何か力になれたらって思ったんだ。すまん。
I said it's fine, and I don't remember you owing me anything. As far as I'm concerned, it's the other way around. The only reason I'm able to do anything is you. If we started counting up who owes who, it would surely come up even. We grinned at each other and bumped fists. If anyone had seen, we'd have died from embarrassment. I'm going to hit the toilet. Saya's probably getting worried, so could you go back for a minute? She probably thought we were beating each other silly or something. She was such a worrywart.
Oh.
I left Takeichi behind and headed for the toilet. Alright, let's continue. It's almost 4 AM, but let's continue. Let's finish the day, basically. When I got back, Takeichi was nowhere to be seen. Where's Take? Weren't we supposed to be on a rush to job or something? So that's why he wanted to fill up. After, I would not eat just after the just before the practice. Anyway, not to mention, it looked like he was up to become a starter next year. Oh yeah, you're on his first year as well, makes sense. I hope our basketball club will be alright. What do you mean by that? What are you talking about? What's so appealing about that? No way, if you were a boy, that would be a great loss to humanity. Yes! And anyway, knowing you, even if you'd been born a boy, you'd just share everything anyway and never fight over it. Side nodded seriously, with a I haven't thought of that look on her face. It was kind of funny. Well, she waited for me. Saya had been in the dark, looking at the telescope we had set up in the room. I set up every day to make sure it stayed in a good shape. It was a refracting telescope with an 8 cm aperture. I don't know what that means. After the president retired, it hadn't been used once for. But now, by now, it was already getting dark outside the window. You know, it should be visible soon. I'll be there over this. When I said this, Saya turned to me with a surprised look. Hey, for some reason I suddenly got embarrassed and couldn't look at her. Maybe you should stop calling me that. Isn't it embarrassing? Wait, what did I not register? Okay. Is she not calling you that all the time? The teasing tone in his side voice made me feel even more embarrassed. Well, I'd better get back to work. I mean, get to work. I'll take you back. Yes, it's about you again. I got my bike and came to the gate. I found Saya already there, surrounded by older students going home at practice, and all pretending to pray to her? Like she's some kind of graven idol.
Bye bye, Kayoizuma-chan. Sayonara. Yatta! あの子と口聞いちゃっ
Do you know her?
た。知らない人だと思う。
And yet Saya had replied so sincerely, she was too funny and too cute. I got on my bike and Saya climbed onto the cargo rack, sitting side saddle.
なんかね、私、かよいずまちゃんって呼ばれてるんだって。
Saya said and peeked at my face to see how I reacted. Yeah, seems that way. She had visited our school so many times that the name had become permanent. It was unnatural that someone in another school's uniform would stand out, and with the way Saya looked, it was inevitable. And since she usually showed up with food, the unfortunate name, commuter wife, just stuck. I'd stayed quiet about it because I thought she didn't like it, but looking at her now, I wasn't so sure. Hold on tight, and don't let go. You could never ask Saya to be too careful, since she had the coordination of a drunk ox. What? Saya wrapped her arms around my waist and I slowly began to pedal. Drunk ox. Wow! I quickly passed the other students walking home after the clubs. Saya was light, I barely noticed her sitting right behind me. As we picked up speed, the wind cooling down as the sunset started to hit us. Maybe without thinking, Saya pressed her body up against my back. It warmed me up.
もうすぐ冬だね。
Yup, Oden season.
きっと美味しいよ。味がと染みてて。おすすめはね、じゃがいもとこんにゃくと、あとタコの足がね。
Saya counted all the ingredients on her fingers. Oh man, no more. Just listening to you is making me hungry.
そっか。じゃあ食べてのお楽しみだね。
Definitely. Stars began to twinkle in the twilight sky. Winter was right upon us. I approached the aging streetlights. Their feeble light nearly drowned me by the overwhelming darkness of the dark country night. Only one single building still held back the dark with dazzling light. The Stop and By, also known as the Mikazuki's castle that never sleeps. Or at least when this place was still on the southeastern border of the Mikazuki village, someone once called it that. The Saotome Stop and By stayed open until 10 PM. Okay. I was worried it's 24/7. And he actually had to work the whole night. Anyway, back then the village shops usually closed at 6, or at the very latest 8 at night. Then again, I wish there was a 24/7 shop somewhere close to me. Not gonna lie. I don't even know if we have anything like that. To be fair, definitely not, because on Sundays the shops are supposed to be closed here. Only like special occasions, like before Christmas or whatever, right? But 24/6 would be nice. I mean, like right now, like 4 AM, I would totally... If I didn't have something and I had a craving for something, I would totally go out. Anyway. It was dark at night. To be fair, it would be doable now. Especially since... a lot of stores even have self-checkout. You just get someone to, you know, work as freaking protection for the place so nobody steals and so on. They don't even need to have like 12-hour long shifts, I guess. But 8-hour long shifts. Let's go. And it's not like there would be like a ridiculous amount of people as well, right? Probably just weirdos like me who need something to eat in the middle of the night for some reason. Or to drink. More likely the second one. Oh, I ran out of water. I need to go and pick up more. I'm not saying every single store needs to do that, but if we had one would be nice. Anyway, so when the villagers first gazed upon that stopping by sign glowing in the defiance of the laws of nature, how they must have shuddered. They said it heralded the coming of civilization to tiny Mikazuki village. People believe what they will. Since then, Mikazuki village had been submerged under the new reservoir. The rest of the village had become part of Hoshinoka city. This is the shorter version. This is the second version. Even still, people remember the old name. That's probably because of Mikazuki villagers' pride in their symbol of civilization. Of course, the convenience stores along the coastal highway are all open 24 hours. Yeah, but for that you need more people to work, right, as well. I mean, I know about Japan. Poland, basically, standard would say is 8 hours shift, right? Even for some stores are like, yeah, we are open 12 hours, so we work 12 hours, right? But with 8 hours, 3 people working during the day, maybe 6, or whatever. For in this village, I assume it would be 1 person per shift or something, whatever. Let's not think about it now. I was alone in the shop, sitting on the stool behind the register, poking at my phone. For hardworking students, our late hours could be a real blessing, but for me, it was terribly boring. Yeah. I mean, I work 3 days, as I mentioned, 12 hours. During the week, the morning until like, so 9 AM until like 5 PM, it was always boring as heck. Anyway, in the late evening, customers only came in sporadically after trains arrived at the station.
学校を超えた天文部の集まりか。何それ、面白そうじゃない。
It went on for over 30 years apparently. Funny how her name is in Japanese. His name.
いいじゃん。やりなよ、やりなよ。
Komako seems like such a wonderful lady, by the way. I'm not. For reasons.
どうして？
I decided I'm not gonna look at the stars anymore.
どうしてなんでだって、アキトくんも天文部なんでしょ？
You just did. Some stuff happened way back.
おお、来たね。若者の悩み。いいよ。お姉さんに何でも話してみなさい。
She's the one, okay? She's the one.
さあ。
Unsure of how I should answer. I looked up from my phone. I mean, hey, I would like to know as well. I still don't know that. Aside from the fact that one of your friends had a disappearance or something. Did they move to other place or what? Anyway, I guess Miss Komako wasn't even her real name. What? She was an office worker living in some big city somewhere. We met a while back online. What? Sometimes when she gets tired of adulting, we kill time together like this. What? What? Are we going as a high school student after some office worker? Let's go. Or next job. I turned my eyes to the single customer in the shop. He still hasn't moved. Old Man Chump had been standing in front of the magazine rack since before I looked down at my phone, and he apparently hadn't moved a muscle. He was still as a hunting crane. Oh, Old Man Chump moved. It looks like he decided on the evening's entertainment. Old Man Champ reached out and took a magazine from the rack, then turned toward the register. And then...
コーラン、仕事中に携帯いじってんじゃないの?
A youngish woman came out from the back of the shop. In the very beginning, to be honest, I thought we were talking with her. Thought it kind of was surprising that it was through text messaging. She's super nice as well, by the way. Hey, Miss Miharu.
夜あったらこんばんはでしょうが、学校で習わなかった。てか、教えなかった？
Were you my teacher? Well, if I was this guy, you'd be my first crush. Anyway, complaining under her breath, Miss Miharu took a pork bun from the warming box by the register. That will be 180 yen. My old teacher stared my outstretched hand like she had something to say to it.
ここ、あたしんちなんだけど。
Yes, but my manager told me that under no circumstances was I to feed there, and I quote, deadbeat daughter for free. Let's go. That's how we run this. That's how you run the business. You don't give stuff for free to your family. Miss Miharu reached into her pocket and took out some coins.
働いてるやつがそんなに偉いのか。
With an expression of heart-wrenching grief, she placed 180 yen on the counter. Are you searching for a job right now? I know, it's a pain. It included 2 5-yen coins. Would you like your receipt?
そんなの、トイレットペーパーの代わりにもならしないよ。
Can I have a look full? Wait, is it wrong button? Why doesn't it work? Oh, it was space. She clearly has that store connected to the house, by the way. Anyway. She sulkily walked over to the shop's sitting area and, reading a newspaper someone had left, began eating her bought and paid for pork bun. When Miss Miharu had gone, Old Man Champ snuck out his hiding place behind the magazine rack and fearfully made his way to the register. Is he afraid of her or something? What can I do for you? The old man blushed faintly as he laid down 2 magazines. Oh, that's why he hid. Okay, I got you. Don't worry, mate. You want a bag for it? Brown bag or something? I bet you don't want it to be transparent, right? The first was a popular young man's comic magazine, Champ Comics. The second was carefully hidden underneath. His evening entertainment turned out to be huge-breasted housewives, apparently. Good choice, mate. That's 1040 yen out of 1100. Using my mom's register skill, I quickly scanned the magazines and slipped them smoothly into a paper rack in one motion. Yeah, you get that skill eventually, that's true. That's 60 yen in change, thanks for stopping by. Old Man Champ, apparently relieved by my skilled service, left the shop with an air of satisfaction. Sorry, Old Man Champ came by.
何それ?
He's this old guy who always comes in and buys a nudie mug whenever you're working. He hides it under a Champ Comics each time, so I call him Old Man Champ.
何それ? ウケる!
Old Man Champ closes his raunchy books with all the intensity of a pubescent teenager who just discovered them. I guess he didn't grow out of that. But I didn't mean to make fun of him, not at all. His pension allowed him just 1 magazine that make anyone choose carefully. Indeed. Oh, hey, Miss Miharu, what happened with that room we talked about?
ああ、平田さんとこ? やっぱダメだって。
Where the heck are you?
あんたの年で一人暮らしって言ってもね。 なんかあっても責任取れないし。
She kept reading the paper as she spoke. I see. Thank you for checking. Yeah, I gave up acting like I had known before I asked. I guess I'll try somewhere else.
こんな田舎に一人暮らし向きの物件なんてそうないでしょうね。
There are places over by the coast.
家賃高くて無理っつってたのあんたでしょ。いい加減諦めてさ、家買いなさいよ。
Are we a runaway or something? What?
家はいいよ。ご飯作ってくれるし、洗濯やってくれるし。これで小言がなきゃ天国だわね。
You know, if the manager heard you say that, she'd throw you out for good. When I said this, she put down the newspaper and turned my way. She looked at me with an odd expression on her face.
私はね、あんたのことを心配して言ってるんだよ。
I like her. Her tone of voice did sound like she really was worried about me, and I started to regret my teasing. But really, you don't need to.
あんた、このままだと私と結婚させられちゃうわよ。
Where do I sign the papers? Yes, right here, right now, I'll do that. Huh? Was that what we were talking about?
母さん、あんたのことを自分の子供か孫みたいに気に入っちゃってるからさ。
Perfect. Where do I sign the papers?
よく働くし、気が利くし、あんたになら将来この店任せてもいいって。
Let's seal the deal.
それにさ、あんたの初恋の人って私らしいじゃない？
I knew it. I knew it. I literally said that. What?
どっかでそれ聞いてきたらしくてさ、下宿探しの件もあるし、いっそうちの婿養子にどうかって。
This big game better has this route, man. Wait,
私はもうそれでもいいんだけど、若くて息のいい旦那が手に入って家でゴロゴロできるんなら御の字だし。
Wait.
ねえ、子供は何人欲しい？サッカーチーム作る？
No, wait. Just stop right there. Nowhere to begin with all of this. What was that about my first love? Who told you that?
そう動揺しなさんな。よくあることじゃないの。
It's a mistake. Hikari just said it for fun. Miss Mihuru just sat there with a smug look on her face. But anyway, if you really thought you were my first love, why do you work so hard every day to ruin that?
恋が芽生えた頃の私ってどんなだった？どういうところを好きになっちゃったの？
I fucking knew it. Nothing, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to run this shop, and I especially don't want to get married. I just want to find a place to live.
あらそう。残念だわ。永久就職先が見つかったと思ったのに。
Dude, go after her! Come on! I'm a strong supporter of teachers' roots, by the way. It was like the one tiny bit of hope I had in my life disappeared in an instant. In its place, I felt a heavy wave fall on my shoulders. As I was breaking out in a cold sweat, I heard Kotaro's voice from outside. Through the glass, he looked at me with pleading eyes. It's a tell, but I guess I'd better take him for his walk. Miss Haruhi, can you watch the shop?
はいよ。
She asked for without enthusiasm or didn't even looking up from the paper, but since she didn't answer, I figured it was okay. I took off my apron and put on my jacket. See you in a bit.
何この新聞？先月のじゃん。
Watching her from the corner of my eye, the shock of this realization destroyed her concentration and made her throw the paper in anger. I heard out. Alright, you know what? Seems like this night might... Whoa. Seems like this night might go for a little while. Still, let's end it right here. I'm going to bed. Give me a teacher's route. If there is no teacher route, I wreak havoc. I bet there will be no route that I want. Or the other route being the lady from the office from the big city. I want those two routes, okay? I'm weird, I know. But they are the ones. Anyway, yeah, a little bit over an hour. Hope you enjoyed. Consider liking the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We'll be playing more games like this for sure. And of course, we'll continue this until the very end. And well, assuming that there are multiple routes here, the goal is to cover them all. So yeah, subscribe to stay around and so on and so on. Also, if you're into stuff like Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, in the description links, that's it. And this game is on Steam, probably somewhere else as well, don't know where for. So I'm linking Steam in the description. With that being said, hope you all have a wonderful day, and hopefully you will join me tomorrow too. Bye bye.